Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Yemmy the Ferret here, and we are bringing you another episode of Film Freakz. That's right, the podcast experience all about movies. We watch one movie every episode, every 2 weeks. So if you want to, you can check out the movies with us. And if you want to join in the conversation, of course, watch the movies beforehand or just kind of know the movies. That's all good in the hood. Next week will be the fan vote, and we'll announce the top 4 movies that are going to be on the vote. So make sure you check that out. It will be attached to the tweet containing the episode for next week. But anyways, let's introduce ourselves. I am Yemmy the Ferret, a.k.a. Yemmy. I do podcast galore and stream on Twitch. Who am I here with?
Hello, everyone. My name is Gritty Waffle, aka Nick, and I join Yemmy sometimes on his podcast and live streams.
Hey, I'm Tay from Taymation Studios.
I am Code Gamer. I stream on Twitch and I yeet.
I think Tay's introduction gets shorter and shorter as the episodes
It
go
was the
on.
same
Series
one as
are
last
gonna
episode. It was the same as
By
last.
one letter per week.
Gee,
At this point, if they're listening, they know who we are.
By the end of next month, it's just going to be Tay. It's going to be like, hey.
It's Tay, you know me.
How's everyone doing today? Everyone do good?
Good.
Good.
The week seems to be flying by so far.
Man, it's
It's
almost...
Tuesday. It's not flying by at all.
I tell you what, guys, it's almost the weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, good joke. Good segue.
Bad
there.
joke.
Segue.
Ooh.
Bad boo.
Oh, it's a good joke. Shut up, all of you.
All right, Nicholas, you are the one who recommended us to watch this movie, so why don't you go ahead and give it an introduction?
Okay, as Yummy stated, we watched Weekend at Bernie's this week. Or last week, I guess. Whatever. Movie came out in 1989. Director is Ted Kotcheff. And who are some of the main characters? Andrew McCarthy played Larry. Jonathan Silverman, Richard Parker, Catherine Mary Stewart, and Terry Kaiser. And those are pretty much some of the main characters in this. So, what's the movie about? Fun-loving salesman Richard, Jonathan Silverman, and Larry, a.k.a. Andrew McCarthy, are invited to their boss's house, who is Bernie. Who is Bernie, a.k.a. Terry Kaiser, to stay the weekend at their beach house. Little do they know that Bernie was a part of a giant fraud. And as they get to Bernie's house, they realize that Bernie is no longer living. In fact, he's dead. The buddies decide to not let the death spoil their vacation, aka their weekend. So they pretend that Bernie is still alive, hoping to fool everyone at the beach. So, I mean, that's pretty much all. Pretty much a good description. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Did I cover everything?
Yeah,
I think
so.
yeah, you did perfectly.
Okay, so beginning of this movie, I was kind of worried because it started off a little slow, and I was like, "Oh man, is this going to be all drawn out?" But I was just worried in the beginning. I was like, "Oh man, is this going to be? Just a lot of stuff in the beginning that was not needed." I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the first half of the movie until Bernie kicks the bucket really starts to drag on. I think even after I think it was up until the lighthouse scene, in my opinion, it just kind of dragged on and started to get boring. But after that point, I think it really started to pick up, and I actually started to laugh at the second half. I didn't actually laugh the entire first half of the movie.
I don't know if the first half is just the setup. Like I don't think anyone was really supposed to laugh. I mean, I guess there was a few things in there that maybe were supposed to make you laugh, but it was really just the setup. And I agree, it was a little long. Where it's like, okay, we get the point. Just get to the weekend already. Also, I want to point out that Hollywood doesn't know how to tell time. We got Weekend at Bernie's, which actually takes place in a day. We had Age of Ultron, which took place in like a weekend.
Weekend at Ultrons.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's what I call it all the time. Like, oh yeah, Weekend at Ultrons. I ain't even seen this movie yet.
It's called Weekend at Bernie's, but do we really consider Friday the weekend? Because
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't really like. I work on Friday, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
They
I
got
don't feel
there
like it's
like
the week till Saturday.
It's not
Yeah,
the
they got-
weekend until like 4 or 5 o'clock on Friday.
yeah. Well, they got there at 7. They got there at like 7 p.m. because like their ferry was at 6. So I assume they
Yeah.
got to the island at around 7. And then they, were there for a night, and it was resolved before the end of Saturday. It's not really a
Yeah,
weekend.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. The time frame is a little wacky, but I think
Definitely.
Can't
I
really
think it
call
gets
the
the
movie.
job done.
Yeah, so you can't really
Yeah.
call the movie Friday Night and the Saturday Day of Bernie's.
That would have
2
been
days
a
of
little...
Bernie's.
They could have gone really
days.
artsy and been like, "Oh, the tale of Bernie's death and stuff." Oh, that doesn't have the
But
same
then-
ring to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it wasn't really about Bernie's death. It's just basically the lives of the people. Like the 2 guys just like pretending that he was alive. It wasn't his death wasn't too big of a thing. It was more just how the people are just gonna pull us off. Also,
Yeah.
everyone else is kind of stupid. Like I know they say they're all drunk, like acting like they're all drunk, but even if they're drunk, isn't Bernie just gonna stink?
Yes.
I mean, he's
Yes.
dead. Is he gonna stink?
Well,
He
he's
will start
especially
to
going to
stink.
stink after he's been in the ocean for whoever knows how long.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
For eternity.
Yeah.
Yeah, Just rolling waves. Like he should have just rolled. I thought they was gonna wait until like he rolls in the ocean and never find him again. But he's been out there for a long time. Why hasn't he rolled into the ocean?
Yeah, I feel like they took a few liberties with the scientific properties of death, and he definitely would have been waterlogged at least, being in the ocean that long. And when he would have been bloated, kind of like
Yeah.
the walker that's in the well during the Walking Dead season 2.
Well, I mean, they kind of hinted at it, like, oh, he's heavy now because he's waterlogged. But it's like he didn't look waterlogged. He still
Yeah.
looked the exact same.
Yeah.
They could have put him in a fat suit. Would have made a lot more sense.
And what?
Yeah.
I do like Well, I don't know if I like it, but it was funny. The fake toupee. Like you could see he was just wearing a bald cap, and then they like stapled it on, and it's like looked better, just as good as like that. They took a lot of liberties. It's pretty much what it is.
My favorite scene of the movie was when Bernie gets flown over, gets knocked off the boat, and he's just like in the back on the rope, just like flopping like a fish, and everyone's like, "Hey, Bernie!" I was like, what?
Yeah. Also, when he threw him off the deck and he landed on the other killer guy, and they were like
he was
having
gonna kill him.
they were having like a fist fight.
Yeah, I thought Bernie was gonna win that fight for a second. I'm like, oh, he's gonna like push him. Well, push him in quotation marks, like onto something sharp, and that's gonna be it. I was surprised when he choked him out. Quote unquote choked Bernie out. Yeah. After all.
Yeah, that killer was just like the killer was one of the funniest characters because you
Yeah,
just see
definitely.
him, but like why?
I love that. I love that scene where because he gets done strangling Bernie, he checks for a pulse, etc., and he's on the ferry leaving, and he's seeing Bernie being walked by Richard and Larry up the thing, and they're like, "Stop the boat!" And he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" That was probably my favorite scene because it's like. It set up I think it set up the end so well because he comes in with a pistol, he's like boom boom, and then in the end he's like, he's still alive. Look at him.
Yeah, it was good. Although I feel like if you checked his pulse and saw he was dead, and then you saw that scene on the dock, you wouldn't think, "Crap, he's back alive." You go, "Why are these two puppeteering this dead guy?" That would be my first thought.
But the killer's not. They say he's rusty. He's more than rusty.
He got the job
he's
done.
not there.
Oh yeah, he got the
at
job
all.
done 3 times.
Killed him
Wasn't
three
it was it the same killer each time?
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
wearing a
he killed
different
him.
outfit.
I thought it was like there was the one guy who killed him, actually killed him, and then when the guy saw him in the bedroom with the girlfriend and I thought he was still alive, I thought it was that point from forward that guy trying to kill him. I didn't realize it was the same guy.
You don't see the peeping Tom again after you see him on the phone. He reports
Okay.
back to the mafia, not mafia boss, I guess anymore, because they're businessmen now. But
Business.
Yeah. That just one, and then one character there, just there for a joke at the end, and he's gone. Just
Oh,
forever.
no, I mean, he was there a little bit. He was always spying on the girlfriend to see if she was cheating on him.
right.
So you saw him a few times in the restaurant too. But
While we're on that subject of him peeping on the sex scene, how did that work? Someone
more
tell me.
just set in.
Well, you see,
Yep, there we go.
Those Broncos had to be like super like high end for them to see that perfect vision.
Yeah, it was
I
pretty
mean,
big window.
Yeah, his whole
But-
bedroom's practically a window.
But
Yeah.
then why did he have to have binoculars? Because he looked in,
To
like,
get the
even though
zoom
his,
and enhance, you know?
Yeah, you gotta zoom in and enhance on the girlfriend. She was naked and all. Although, I am surprised there were no naked ladies in this movie.
I know.
This-
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
For an
I bet
80s
Coco
movie,
was so disappointed.
I know, if for an 80s movie
PG-13.
that's rated R.
No, it's PG-13.
Yeah,
It's
it's
PG-13.
PG-13.
Oh,
yeah.
is it?
That's
okay.
why it's no
yeah.
way naked woman.
Okay, I thought it was
But
rated
even
R.
push it.
PG-13s have some. Sometimes,
Yeah,
so actually.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like we said, I think off air, but we were commenting about how like every single '80s movie, there's got to be a bare-chested woman who runs across the screen, and this one didn't happen. Surprising.
I was
Would
waiting for it.
expect it to, but it doesn't.
Everyone was
Yep,
like waiting, anticipating it. They were like, "Come on!"
Especially Coco, he was just ready.
No. I was my mom's wanted to watch it too, so I was like, "Oh, please don't, please
so-
don't, please
oh,
don't." This
no.
is so awkward.
Oh no!
Yeah, that
He
would
took
have
a
been
risk.
awful.
He rolled the dice on that one, Coco.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's PG-13. It's like, yeah, it probably killed it because if it happened, like, because there were some scenes I watched with my parents, which was not the best, but still.
What's your
but,
parents
yeah,
think of the movie?
I mean, my mom said that one guy she's dated, I'm not sure if he was telling me the truth, was like in the movie, like for a split
yeah?
second, he said.
Mm-hmm.
One guy driving a golf cart, that's all I know. So that's what she wanted to see, watch this evening, spy him. But she
And
said it was okay.
if there was any naked women, Coco's mom would be on right now, be like, "Can I speak to Greedy Waffle?"
No, she wouldn't do that. She doesn't. I mean, my dad wanted me to watch Deadpool and all that stuff. I don't think she cares.
Well, yep. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
Speaking
Back
of
to the
parents,
movie.
Nick, I think you said that this was your dad's favorite movie.
it
Last time?
was. Yeah.
Any? Did you watch it with your dad?
No, I watched it by myself.
Oh.
I didn't even get his opinion or anything about it. I guess that would have been smart.
Oh
to do.
my gosh! Do a little bit more work next time, Nick. Come on.
Lazy.
Jeez. I'll get my dad on right now.
Do it.
Special guest.
Dad. Anyways,
Back to the movie.
my main thing about this movie, the slapstick, even though some of it kind of made me grin, I don't think any of it made me laugh out loud. I think I was mostly rolling my eyes when they did a few slapstick bits where it was like, someone got hit in the head, or there was early on in the movie the tar on the roof was melting, and I was just like, it wasn't really that funny, but I think there were some jokes that really worked in this movie, and they made me laugh. So like I said earlier, it gets the job done for a comedy, but it doesn't get the job done enough to make me like it's not like Kung Pao levels of funny. It's just kind of like in the middle.
It's there.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, did anyone notice? Because I noticed this and it bugged me a little bit. The ADR in this movie was really bad.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially on the boat scene when he's in the water. You could tell he wasn't saying those words at all. It was like the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and there was in the kitchen even one point where like the one guy the
Killer?
no like this was both the main two guys. He had like the straight shooter and then the other guy.
Larry, Richard, and
Larry. Yeah, Larry, like he said something, but you could see the corner of his face, and he actually wasn't even moving his lips. When the girlfriend came down the stairs, like she was making some like slight moaning, like exhausted noises, but her lips weren't moving.
Yeah.
It's just things like that. I'm like,
Ugh.
how did this how did this happen? This was
Yeah.
a big budget movie.
Crazy
Maybe it
editing.
wasn't. I don't know.
Well, yeah, like I said, the part in the water was the most obvious to me because he was just like splashing around the water. You could hear him like perfectly. It was like even louder than the boat engine, and you could tell he wasn't actually saying anything at that point.
Yeah.
Turn
Also-
the boat around.
Also, it's like when he said the boat was out of gas. Why they ditch the boat? Like you could just paddle using the boat would be much more effective than you jumping off the boat, grabbing the body, and paddling to the shore.
But that wouldn't be as funny.
No.
Well, gas. It's like, wouldn't you bring an extra fuel tank? I mean, you're getting on the boat.
Well, I mean, they were trying to get out as fast as they could, so. And
Sure.
I think, the setup for that was really, really good because the girl borrowed the boat the night before and she ran it out of gas.
Oh,
So that's the
she
real
did.
comedy in the situation.
Yeah.
Dude, the whole boat scene, like just the whole them trying to get out of the harbor was just cringy for me.
Yeah.
Like the whole time I'm just
Yeah.
like, ugh, that. On the one hand, like I've ridden like a wave runner, and they are difficult to steer on the water. They're not as easy as you'd think, but still, they're not that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, there was a lot of parts of the movie where I kind of rolled my eyes because they were trying to do like the slapstick or something like that. Especially the scene where Richard gets blinded by the lighthouse, then falls through the trap door, and then falls down several flights of stairs. And he's like, "I'm okay,
fine.
no broken bones, no nothing." I was just like, "Whew, that could have been taken out of the movie."
Yeah.
Yeah, that could have.
There's no significance in that part.
But they extended the runtime by to 5.3 seconds. So.
Anyone else also notice? So it was at the party scene, and there was those two weightlifter guys, and they clearly didn't have a script or anything, and it looked like they were reading off a teleprompter, like
Yeah,
the whole time.
Yeah.
They were pretty bad.
So bad.
Well,
Well,
it's 1980.
This is the most loose I've ever felt, Bernie.
Didn't it make a
Awkward.
Arnold joke?
Kind of.
Like they got pumps of iron. I heard
that
Yeah.
happened like 3 times.
Yeah. That Arnold Schwarzenegger joke right there, since because I thought I heard his voice and it sounded just like, oh, it's not him. But they could have just done the voiceover.
Not every German is Arnold Schwarzenegger, Coco. Come on.
I know. I didn't mean
Or
it
he's,
like that.
he's Austrian. Sorry, he's Austrian.
Oh, and we got one.
Oh, I had something else. Okay, so I did like though that the reason for why they were keeping his death, a secret, changed throughout the movie. Because it would have gotten really old really quick if it was just like, oh, we just want to party the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's just dumb. But I like the fact that, at first it was like, oh, I want to get to know this girl and, hang out at this party, I guess. But we'll call the cops in the morning. And then they find out that, oh, he actually wanted us dead. So we got to keep near him so they don't try to kill us.
Right.
Yeah.
How? Well, I want to know. Back in those days, I mean, why did the answering machine record their actual phone call?
Because it does that. That's what they did. If you missed your call, and it would go to voicemail, you could then pick it up and actually talk to him, but your voicemail would keep recording it.
Did they show that in the movie of him missing the call? And
Yes,
Did
because
they?
he tripped.
I must have missed that.
Yeah, he was running for the phone and he tripped on the gardener stuff, and then so it made him late, and he barely missed it, so it went to voicemail and they picked it up.
I must have been rolling my eyes at that part because of the tripping over the card.
Yeah. Well, that one actually served a purpose because it made him late, so then it could, they could record his
Stay over the
conversation.
phone.
Yeah, no, second he picked it up and it was like, oh, it went to, because again, I'm older than you, so I was like, oh no, that conversation is being recorded.
It's like, we're on the phone. It's like you are in like a mob type thing. Wouldn't you know not to say that over the phone?
Well, he's not in the mob.
Yeah,
But he still works for him.
No, he doesn't even work for them. He just uses them for gain. They're like partners, but he's not affiliated with them. I guess. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know, he's still with them, but you gotta say, but he used to know that some sort he shouldn't be saying that stuff over the phone.
Yeah, he should know that, but
Yeah.
What did you guys think of Bernie's outfit throughout the movie? I think it was pretty casual, I like
don't
the
even remember
sunglasses.
it. No, the sunglasses, yeah, I remember that. That was good.
No, he had like a white. No, I'm sorry, a blue like tracks
Blue, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
jacket
It's
on.
like a
and-
raincoat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like a little striped sweater underneath and khaki pants. I thought they dressed him up pretty well,
Yeah.
especially because like when he's in the water, those types of clothing they puff up real big, so it makes it a little bit more funny and stuff like that.
Yeah. And just like
What do you-
the end.
What do you think of the old style bikini with the socks and the shoes on?
I didn't
Oh,
notice
man,
that.
that
I
would not
didn't
fly
notice
by
I know. So
any
yeah.
of the clothes.
It was like watching my mom's old workout videos. It was
Oh,
ridiculous.
man.
Also, the one girl who ran in to get the keys, like she was flopping everywhere. Like they,
Oh yeah.
that was probably more sexual than anything else in the movie. Is that 2-second scene where she's like, "Can I borrow the boat?" And she's just like, "Boing, boing, boing."
But they probably they probably filmed that twice. One where she was in a scantily bathing suit, a very minimal bathing suit, and then another one where she was topless. And they're like, "Well, do we want the PG-13 rating or the R rating?"
They kept the topless version for themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was deleted scenes.
Hmm. Yeah, I think you could find. I think I've seen it
probably could.
before. No, like a Bernie Weekend at Bernie's director's cut or whatever, where it is like the R or the uncut version where it's rated R. They did that with all sorts of like American Pie movies and stuff back in the day,
Yeah.
so they could keep milking them for money.
Did you guys know that there's a Weekend at Bernie's 2?
I did.
That one's only PG
We-
though.
We talked about
Got
it.
10
I think.
Got
Really?
10% at Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh wow. Yeah, I was just thinking about it. Like when you watch the end of this movie, does it? I mean, is it like a setup for a sequel that they were doing right then and there? Or I thought that was just like the ending, joke, and then there's a second one.
How could they make a second one?
The second one I don't think has any of the same actors or anything. I think it
I
was
could
just
have
the
sworn it has
studio.
Bernie in it though.
Yeah, well, he might have done it. I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. It's hard to tell from the. It looks like Bernie in the poster or whatever you want to call it. It even says Bernie's back and he's still dead as the tagline.
But that doesn't make any sense. All the police and stuff, they know he's dead.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay, no,
I
Weekend
don't
at
know.
Bernie's trailer or Bernie's 2. It does have the same actors. Like there's a little bit of the thumbnail for the trailer. They go to the morgue and steal the body. It looks like.
Oh my!
All right,
I
Nick,
guess,
there's your next.
Coco's got a.
I'm looking it up.
recommendation
I'm sorry, but I gotta. Oh my god! It is the original cast.
Yeah, Andrew
Yeah, it
McCarthy,
is.
Jonathan
Why?
Cohen, Terry Kaiser.
Yep.
Well,
this
It
movie
was so
bombed.
funny. It was only made a few years later too. I think it was made in like
93.
92.
93, I think.
They only have $70 million to budget, and the opening weekend only made $4 million.
Last
Yeah,
thing I
that's
wanted to mention, Bernie, the actor who played Bernie. What a champ for just being a dead body through more than half the movie, huh?
Well, I'm sure they had a.
Well,
Yeah,
was he,
ragdoll.
though? Wasn't a ragdoll?
Yeah, it wasn't ragdoll because I see the parts where you could see his eyes, and they're not like the eyes are so fake.
The part where he's hitting the boobies in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him. That was really him.
Yeah.
He does all his own stunts, just like that Tom Cruise.
No,
Yeah.
not
Just
no,
a few
not
minor
part. I'm just
concussions
sitting
and,
down there, and you see a ragdoll version.
Well,
of
there
him.
was a few, like, when they were vacuuming the sand off of him, that was obviously a doll, and
Yeah.
the part where, he's getting hit by the buoys, as Nick is joking about, that's obviously ragdoll, but there's a lot of the movie that's actually him, just kind of being flopped around, and I
surprised
mean,
you could take it.
Yeah. I could usually tell when it was him or the doll.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they did a good job of covering up. Obviously, you want to do the really dark sunglasses so you can't see his eyes are open or closed or blinking during the thing. And I think they did a good job with. He did a good job of playing a dead body. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him.
You'd be one of the dead person explosion. He's like, there's a guy that plays Bernie. What an amazing role he has.
He's probably actually really dead at this point.
Yeah, he just dies on set. He's just there. It's like, yep.
They really killed him for the movie.
No, I mean, this movie was
He's
made
80.
in 18. Yeah, I was say, oh, is he 80? Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, say, if he's still alive, he's old. So.
Well, I mean,
Die on set.
he was pretty old during this movie. I think he was 30
Yeah.
years old when, or I don't even know.
He looked about 50 or so. So I mean, that check out. Yeah, that was 31 years ago. He's 80, so he was 49.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. So yeah, he's getting up there in age, but he's still kicking.
Well, that's
Yeah.
The last movie he made was called A Christmas Tree Miracle in 2013. Just broke box office records, guys. Just
clearly.
destroyed them.
Obviously. I was getting sick of that movie. Hearing about it all the time.
All right. Anything else you guys want to say before we give our final thoughts?
Right.
Yeah, I'm ready. Final thoughts.
All right, Nicholas, lead the charge.
Since I recommend it, I did thoroughly enjoy the movie. Would it be my favorite, like my father's? Not so much, but it did give me a good chuckle every once in a while, especially that scene with him, Bernie, in the water, getting dragged by the boat and just hitting all the boobies, and they're like, "You guys hear something?" It's like, I was like, that part was probably my favorite part of the whole movie. But other than that, it's something special, but I would watch it every once in a blue moon, like every once, like, hey, I forgot about this movie. Let's watch it. Get a good laugh.
Yeah.
But I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I didn't really start enjoying the movie till halfway through, of course. After the lighthouse scene, then I started to giggle and laugh and I liked more of the antics in the second half, of course. If it didn't have such a slow beginning, I'd probably recommend it myself, but I just, it's hard to get through that first half. I also felt like the slapstick humor was it was eye roll worthy, right? I was just kind of like, okay, enough of that. Even though there were some slapstick things that I found funny, like the buoys. A lot of the other stuff was kind of like annoying, and the little kid too was very annoying as well. All in all, enjoyable movie. I think it holds up pretty well, minus maybe a joke or two, and I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
All right. Yeah, I agree with a lot of what Yemmy's saying. I don't think I minded the first half quite as much as you, but it was a little slower, and then I laughed a few times here and there, but it wasn't bad. Overall, I'd give it a 3 out of 5 as well.
Yeah, I agree. The first half of the movie was really slow. I felt myself just like draining out. I was like, okay, so if this movie is gonna be like this, I'm not watching the second half. But when the second half got started, I started seeing it got sped up because the second half had more laughs. It had better it got better, got faster with the movie. So I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
All right, well there you go. That's Weekend at Bernie's. That's
once again, my rating's higher than all your guys's, so I don't make too generous on my reviews.
No,
you gave it that extra 5 or 0.5 because of your dad.
Okay.
Well, I think we're all pretty much on the same page with it. So nice conversation, boys.
Yeah, good job.
Yep.
Nicely done.
And now it's time for Tay to suggest a movie for us to watch. What you got for us?
I've got Clue from 1985. It's 6 guests are anonymously invited to a strange mansion for dinner, but after their host is killed, they must cooperate with the staff to identify the murderer as the bodies pile up. It's directed by Jonathan Lynn. Writers are John Landis and Jonathan Lynn. It stars Eileen Brennan, Tim Curry, Madeline Kahn. Hold on. There's a lot of people. Madeline Kahn, Christopher Lloyd, Michael McKean, Martin Mull, Leslie Ann Warren, Colleen Camp, Lee Ving, and then a bunch of just other people who are just kind of like cameos.
Cool.
All right. Well, first mystery movie.
I believe
more comedy than mystery, but
yeah, drama. It's drama, mystery, comedy. You know how it is.
Yeah.
You can find it on YouTube, Google Play, Vudu, iTunes, Amazon Prime, PlayStation, Xbox, all those good places if you want to rent it. I believe, this movie inspired Knives Out, did it not? Am I wrong in that assumption?
I don't know. I would not be surprised, though. I still haven't seen Knives Out. I want to, but I haven't seen it yet.
It's on my watch list.
Yeah. But this is one, it's a great movie. It's one of my, I think it's my little sister's, favorite movie. I really enjoy it, though, so.
All right. Well, if you, the listener or watcher, do not want to be spoiled for Clue from 1985, make sure you watch it before the next episode, which will be in 2 weeks. And don't forget that next episode is going to be attached with the fan vote. So if you want to vote for your own movie or for someone else's movie, make sure you do that. We'll announce what movies are in the running in the next episode before we start. And the poll will go live attached to the next episode on Twitter. So if you want to vote, you will vote there. All right. Anything else, boys?
I think that's it for me.
Nope.
All right.
That's it.
I am Yemmy the Ferret, and I've been here with...
Grady Waffle.
Taymation.
Coco Gamer.
And we are Film Freakz with a Z. Thanks for listening.